if you burn it, it's taking off, dude, and it's gonna either attach to you or somebody you know. So don't do that. Hi everyone, I'm Andre, and welcome back to the Ghostfly podcast. If you're new to this channel, subscribe, hit that like button, and that bell, that notification bell. And for all you returners, thank you for coming back. So in this episode, I'm gonna tell you guys about one of my kids, her and a friend decided to go to Toys R Us and get a Ouija board. Yeah, can you believe that? A Ouija board. I mean, that's something I told them guys they should be bringing into this house. I don't care what it is. We got enough activity going on. But this is kind of at the beginning stages too. So I guess she wanted to see what was going on. She wanted to be like a teenage ghost hunter. Hey, you know what? I'll subscribe to that. Anyways, so they go to Toys R Us. They go get a glow in the dark Ouija board, and they bring it home. And I guess they went to the bathroom in the hallway. They set it up. They put it, held it to the light up there, because it was glow in the dark, right? Held it to the light and put it down, and they're doing a little thing. They got, it's a triangle thing, I guess. And they're moving around. It's jamming around. But from what I understand from like both their stories, which it's not conflicting, it's just some remember parts and the other one doesn't remember parts. So I'm trying to mesh it together here in this story. So it's going around, it's in the bathroom, it's going around, but it kept going to end. And from what I understand is when you're going to stop the Ouija board or whatever doing the Ouija board stuff, you're supposed to like end it, go to end. But in turn, the Ouija board kept going, that little diamond thing kept going to end itself. And they're going around, boom, kept going to end. So they freaked out and they ran out the bathroom. I guess a little while later, they went back in there, they got the Ouija board and thought they'd go to a safer place, which is like 10 feet away into the living room, right? So they go into the living room and they set it back up and they're doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing. And I think one of them asked the question, what's my name? And it's going in circles, the little triangle thing is going in circles and it stops right at the first letter of her name. And that was amazing. Anyways, so they're like, okay, well, let's do this again. So she does it. They're going around in circles. Both of them are going around in circles. They both got their hands on it. It's going around in circles. And she asked, what's the first letter of my name? And it stopped again at the first letter. So I guess my daughter said, well, let me try it. So they're going around in circles again. And she asked the question, well, what is the first letter of my name? And it goes around and boom, stops on her name. And she goes, well, what is your name? And apparently it's going around, but it kept stopping at like, so what they described, it kept stopping at certain letters that didn't understand. They said it could have been a foreign language. I don't know, foreign language. It just scrambled of letters. And later on they told me, well, it could have been because they didn't know how to write their name yet. Because they asked, well, how old are you? They asked, well, how old are you? And it went around in circles and it stopped at the number 4. The number 4, dude. So if you saw my other episodes, you understand that I seen the little girl and I described her and I said she must have been like maybe 4 years old. So they're thinking, well, wait a minute, maybe it's that little girl contacting them, going around in circles and stuff. And it stopped at 4. That's probably why I couldn't dude, I don't even know. Can a 4-year-old write their name? I don't know. Anyways, but that's why it was going to different like letters and stuff. Almost like didn't know how to write his name, or maybe it was lying to him and it wasn't really that little girl. Think about that one. So anyway, they didn't like that. They freaked out. And before they did that, they asked one of their brothers if they can do it in his room with him. And he was like, no way, man, I'm not having it. I don't want no part of this Ouija board stuff. So that's why they went to the bathroom. So after they asked the little girl, now we know it's a little girl supposedly, right? How old she was. They didn't like that. I don't know if they closed it. You know what? They didn't tell me they closed it. They didn't tell me they closed it. But they did get their brother and they took it in the backyard and they wanted to burn it. The Ouija board, they're kids, right? They're like young teenagers. So what do they know? But from what I know is that if something's attached to an item, no matter what, if something's attached to an item, you don't burn it. All right, because if you do burn it, then you're burning the item, and the spirit or whatever is inside that item will drift off and latch to something else. Either a person or another item. So, for all you viewers out there, remember, if you have something haunted at your place and you think you're gonna get rid of it by burning it, dude, that's not gonna work. All right, you're just burning the item, and what it does is it kind of releases whatever's in that item, whether it be a Ouija board, it could be like a picture, a mirror, anything. All right, just anything. If you burn it, it's taking off, dude, and it's gonna either attach to you or somebody you know. So don't do that. All right, there you go. So while they were burning it, he was throwing lighter fluid on it, and it wouldn't burn. And he was grabbing, I guess, a stick or something, turning it over, and like dousing it with lighter fluid, and it just wouldn't burn. So the girls, I guess they didn't want to stick around. They took off, and from what I understand is that he grabbed the Ouija board and he did something with it. Now, I don't know what he did with it. I don't know if he like put it in a bag, threw it in a trash can, and now it's floating out somewhere, a haunted Ouija board or whatever. And also, I don't know if he buried it in our backyard. So if he buried that Ouija board in our backyard, that right there is a no-no, because it's still there. And that thing's like, that Ouija board has something attached to it, I think. So, yeah, that's it. You just don't burn items that are haunted, because it just releases whatever paranormal activity that's happening to it, attached to it. I didn't find out about that until maybe like 3 years ago. They told me that they did the Ouija board thing in the house. And at that time, I was like, come on, I told you guys don't do that. We already have enough activity in this house. Don't do that. And I kind of brushed it off, right? And then what is it? Okay, they did it anyways. So now with me starting this podcast, my daughter comes back up and she goes, hey, remember that Ouija board thing that I did at the house? And I was like, yo, I forgot all about that. That's why I gotta put that in one of the stories. So what's the thing? The thing about this is, don't do Ouija boards, all right? I don't know what you're trying to contact. I don't know what it is, but don't do Ouija boards. And if you're gonna do a Ouija board, you read the rules, man. Do some research in that Ouija board, because there's got to be instructions, right? I've never done it. I'm never gonna do it, but there's got to be instructions of like how to open it, what to do, and how to close it, and probably how to properly put it away somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're supposed to bury. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to bury it, right? But close that bad boy up, man. Because I feel that if you're doing a Ouija board, you got to do it right. I mean, it is out there, and shit, man. Toys R Us had it on the shelf. Can you believe that? A Ouija board, right? Whatever. But yeah. Anyways, that's my story. Her and her friend did a Ouija board in the house. There was already activity, and you know what? I think that Ouija board did stir some stir. I'm sorry, I said steer. Did stir some things up, because yeah, after a little while after that, I do remember that. Well, I don't know when she did it, but in sequence, things were ramping up more and more at the house. So that Ouija board probably triggered something and opened up some more things, more activity. I always say it's like a wave. It hits the house and it's there for like 2 months, and then it'll disappear for like 3 months, and we're all like, while the house is clear, like stereo, right? There's no activity, and then as soon as you walk back in, the house is like really heavy and it's foggy and it's like mono. It's like it's back. We all know, well, it's back. So I feel like it comes in waves. It comes over the house, it's there for a while, and then it'll take off. Mess with this, let us know what's up, then it takes off. So anyways, yeah, that's my story for this episode. If you guys are new to this channel, please subscribe, okay? And for all you returners, once again, thank you very much. And you guys take care. We'll see you later. Peace.